There we go. Okay.
I apologize that if any time you hear dogs, because there's dogs in my house right now, dogs, so it's
Aw.
happen.
Okay, so you can see my website now or my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so do you want me to run through the site, or did you have specific areas you wanted to talk about?
Well, okay. One question I had, and I would maybe need to show you, well, maybe I can quickly show you something real quick if I share my screen. Will it mess with this if I do that at all?
No, I'll.
Yeah, I'll try it. Let's see.
Okay, now you should be.
So I think I pulled it up. The first, let me move this over. So I was trying to, that about thing, I was trying to kind of go in that, and it's, I guess that pulls up a page like that's just an about, right? But it almost looks like a journal because it says journal. So it's kind of confusing. When I went in and tried to create a post, I think I had been editing that part. And so when I titled the post, instead of it saying about up at the top, it was like the title of the post.
Oh, okay.
So I figured that was wrong. And so I took that out. Obviously this image size too, I don't know if that's right. I think I was trying to play around with it, but I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here with this about. I think I was trying to link it to a page that talked about it and try to design that if it was different than what was on the front. Let me see what's down here.
Yeah. So do you want like a more in-depth about?
I don't even know. It just was up there, and when I clicked on it, I think I couldn't. It looked like I needed to do something, so I think I went in to try to play with it, and then I thought it was supposed. Then I got confused and thought it was supposed to be a blog post, but then I changed the name. So I don't think I know how to navigate this yet at all.
Okay.
So I'll just show you that, and then I'll let you go through things.
Okay. Like essentially about demo will get removed. That's just a page for you to see all the styles that you have. And then about, I think for original intention was like, to have a page that's in more in depth about you.
Okay.
So
yeah.
It is technically a blog post in the back end of the website, but we could uncategorize it. And then eventually it will be at sort of the end of all your blog posts, and it won't show up in that homepage slider. It would.
Okay, I think that was what threw me off too. It was like in the homepage, and I just was like, wait, I'm not sure what to do here. Okay, all right. I'll stop sharing now, and then I'll go to.
Okay. Okay, so so what will happen is this slider will pull in, right now it's set to the 3 most recent, but it's the same plugin that's used on Glitter Guide, so that's something you could change or adjust based on how many you want and what categories.
So like in the formatting, maybe in the back end with like a blog post, does it have a little box or something that says something like that?
It'll look like this. So I'll write you tutorials too, but it will be under your widget area. Okay. And I just realized today that they left in extra widget areas, so I'll get them to remove that as well.
Okay.
But basically it's this one, Genesis featured posts, and then you can customize. So right now it's set to 3. This is the wrong one. This guy. Pulling from journal. So you could pull it from all categories, or you could choose which of the 2. And order by date or these other items, or if you really wanted to specify which one.
Okay.
No, we can't specify which one, but you can pick the date or the title kind of thing to order it. So so that's a widget.
Real quick, just because I thought of it and I might forget, and maybe you're going to talk about it, is I didn't know if I had no clue what we decided in terms of the newsletter. Is there any specific design that matches this for the newsletter, or no? Or I don't know what I'm doing with the newsletter.
Okay, there's no newsletter set up or anything like template-wise in MailChimp. The only connection is in your footer here, people can subscribe, and that automatically goes to that new MailChimp list.
Okay, and I don't need anything like, if I wanted to pay you to just do like just a basic thing to sort of look like this, nothing crazy, but like a newsletter, like I might if you have time, want to do that just so that because I won't be able to get it to look anything.
Right.
I
And
don't
yeah,
know.
you're just going to drag and drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be, for sure, we could do that.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And then the next section is journal. So this is, again, just pulling in the blog post based on date.
Okay.
So this is, again, actually, these ones aren't as affected. These ones, the height changes depending on how long the title is. So if they're all kind of around the same size, it'll be the same length, or it will just adjust. But these images will always be hard cropped to that height. Okay. Whereas the slider, it will change based on the image you upload. So that's where that image dimensions come in. So you could technically change that and upload whatever you want. It would just, every image in the slider would be different.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be as nice and sort of user friendly.
I need to fix that too. That was a weird size. I didn't know what size that one was supposed to be.
Okay, I can find out. I'll go find out what the original size was, and then
I tried to copy it, so I think that's the same size, but I could have screwed something up.
Okay, it looks, yeah, maybe it was a little bit taller, but
I'm probably going to change the image anyways. I was just playing around in there trying to see.
Okay, that's awesome. You figured this one out.
Maybe.
Yeah. And yeah, and then you have your quote, and then this is just the Instagram feed, so that automatically is pulled in.
One thing I may want to change is these Taylor Sterlings that are just on the side here. I wasn't sure if I liked that, if I wanted to just make it something a little bit cleaner and simpler on there. I don't know if that's pretty easy to change. But
yeah, like, do you want to remove them, or do you want to?
Or even if it's just like, instead of it being kind of on the side, if it was just, I don't know what it would be, like in the middle or on the top, just one thing that says like Instagram or my handle or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. We'll find out. I'm pretty sure it's really easy because it's just text. And then, yeah, the portfolio section, and then you have your footer. So these are all, I should fix this part. It's because I clicked in there. These would all be widgets in the back end as well.
Okay.
So you don't really need to edit them. The one that has all those icons, so this far one, these are just, they're set up as actual icons. They're not like it is on Glitter Guide where it's a widget that you can easily edit. So it's a little bit more complicated, but
one thing I noticed that I wanted to see if it was an easy change too was when you click on things that leave the site, it just takes you completely out of the page. Is there a way to make it so it just opens a new window, or is that not?
Yeah. So you want us to like force them all to open a new window?
I just feel like it's nice to keep the website open instead of taking you off, but
yeah. For sure, we could do that. Okay. Yeah, and same with the MailChimp one. This kind of looks, it's a widget that looks a little scary to edit, but you don't ever need to change any of this. It just connects to MailChimp. So just make sure to know that these widgets, don't touch them unless you like really need to do something or someone's giving you instructions. And the last one that has your email and a little text message, that one's a bit simpler. It does have a little bit of code for the email address.
Like email address, it's pretty easy right there.
Yeah, and if you ever wanted to change the message, it's really easy. You just type it in there.
Okay.
Just don't delete anything that's inside the little tags.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's the footer. Then we have your menus. So this one across the top is the top menu. So just go to menus because you do have a couple menus to manage.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, the main one is the top menu, primary navigation. So you can always change what shows up there, and then like your social, Pinterest is an actual link off the site. And then you also have this one under filter. So in here, the first row is categories, and then the second row is tags.
Okay.
So the way it's set up though, so filter topics, menu 1.
Okay.
You wouldn't probably ever change this unless you added a category. The one that you might need to change is menu 2, which is the tags. So right now I loaded in all the tags that we talked about from the start, but I guess like there's obviously no posts for all of them right now. So if you don't need one of them, you could remove it and then add it later. Or then if you think
There's
a
a chance
new,
I might do that too, because since we started the process of this, I think I'm going to share a lot less of old stuff than I was before and just make it
okay,
more like new.
yeah,
So I might only share like most recent projects. So I may not have all of those.
mm-hmm. Okay, that's awesome. And then you can always add more too. So you would just need to go on the side here and then view all and then pick whichever tags you've added in to
Okay.
in the post area. And if for some reason you're missing items on this list here, like you can't find the categories or the tags, go up to screen options and it will expand and then you can choose what appears. So sometimes tags and categories are not selected and you just have to check them off and they'll appear in your options list.
Okay.
Same like anywhere on the website, if you're editing a page and you're like, oh, I saw that someone else had this option, but I don't have it, go to screen options.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other menu part is the mobile menu. So that menu is separate and you manage it all in one place, including the categories and tags.
Okay.
So you can choose what appears here. Okay. So then for like, let's say the archive, so portfolio or journal, this image is the featured image, which is the one that you've cropped and selected. And then it's going to pull in the post title and then it will pull in the first bit of the post.
Okay. So that's
the
not like
description.
a excerpt type thing like it is on GoodGuide. It's just like the first.
Let's double check. It might actually, you might have the both options.
Okay. I love that. I love these things that get filled in on the site.
I know.
Blue bottle activated charcoal.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you can use the excerpt if you want to.
Okay, so it will do either one. If I don't have something in the excerpt, it will just pull the first few sentences or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then actually let's go to the demo post. Okay, so I think, oh yeah, this image I did a crop test for you and then put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, so the post will show up and then the categories and tags, they'll show up over here automatically. And then these are sort of all the styles you have available. The font stylings, the buttons. Buttons are, I'll give you a list of your short codes. So
I'm gonna have to practice this stuff because like the girls who do Glitter Guide posts probably are pretty good at it now because they've done all those like headings and stuff and I don't very much anymore, so I'm probably gonna screw myself up. I'm always sending it to the team and being like, can you guys do the formatting for this?
Yeah, help. So you can use these button short codes. They're really easy. I'll give you like an explanation on them, but you just like you add in your link and the text.
Pink one or the default one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is like an example of a full width image that's been dropped in. And then these are the two images that you can add the styling to. So they'll look like this in the back end.
They use the image different. Are they supposed to be a different size if I use those?
No, you can use whatever size image and then you apply this short code to it. So it looks kind of funny now because of the formatting.
I'm still gonna screw this up.
But it will be a bit easier once you get used to it. So this one, image background.
So this is in the front part, in the visual part of the post, I can literally just do it like that, like around the image.
Yeah. And then so image background, that's sort of like the start, and then slash image background means the end. And that's the one that will give you this effect. And then this one, Oh, I need to get them to fix this. This will be a short code as well. It's just, it will be a different name.
Okay.
So yeah, that one will be the same thing as well.
Okay.
And then like you also have block quote. I don't know if you've used that, but that will give you this style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have that with Glitter Guide, but it's a different kind of looking block quote, right?
Yeah. And so it's really easy to apply. You just highlight your text and then you hit block quote.
Oh,
So
okay.
those things are all super easy.
Okay.
It's more just these images that with the short codes. And then this little guy, if you want to add it in, he's also a short code.
Okay.
So you just add that in. So it's like a nice little touch at the end or start or middle, somewhere to break it up. And then you have like horizontal line, which is just a.
So if I was doing that, well, the way it looks right now, like, I would probably be so confused. I mean, it looks like, okay, when you go to the preview, it looks like it's all in order, but when you look at the visual in the back end, it's like kind of all.
Yeah.
I think it's. Can I just be? I don't really know. I've never done anything.
You can be in order. Right now, I think it's just this image that's throwing it off because we've aligned it to sit beside this one just for formatting. Let's see. I'll just do it like this. So it makes more sense. And then you can see them all in order.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, yeah, so the pink line is super easy to add in anywhere. It's just a horizontal line. Yeah. Okay. And then sort of ordered list or unordered lists are easy. And then shop this post, I'm going to get her to hide it if you haven't entered anything into it.
Yeah. One thing that I think is probably pretty easy, but I haven't played around with, is when I was going into the journal to play around with some of the posts, the shop the post was like above the actual like editor where I was going to write the post. I kind of want to switch that because it will just kind of distract me where I won't be using shop the post for everything.
Okay.
So yeah, so I guess you hit it there, so it's not as big of a deal like that part. But yeah. Okay, it's that's like sort of an afterthought for me, so I didn't really need it at the very front,
Okay, I'll find out if we can move it down.
It's not too big a deal if I do that. I forgot you could kind of just
so you could just hide it like this. We might not be able to move it down. And then previous next, that's automated. And then comments. So the little images aren't showing up right now, but because the site is hidden and restricted, but then once it goes live, it will be.
Okay.
And so these comments are regular WordPress comments, not the discuss comments. So you'll need to monitor them.
Okay. I don't imagine I'm going to be getting a lot of comments, but
okay.
You're going to have to evolve.
Do you think you'd ever need to turn them off on?
Maybe.
Just double check. Oh yeah, so you can actually, I'll have to find out if we can turn them off on like just one or two posts at a time, but you can manage the comments on the actual post itself if you want to.
How many comments do I need to add it, or will it just show up?
It will automatically show up. Yeah. And then a good idea is to go into the comments tab on the website. And then if you see spammy comments in here, mark them as spam. And then if you ever trash stuff, just make sure you empty your trash. Because comments can be sort of an access way for people to hack into your site. So good idea to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I know that they've been dealing with that one on Glitter Guide, right? I haven't been following
it. But yeah. You guys get so many comments. Okay. So that's essentially it.
Okay. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have a few questions as I really get deeper into trying to make a post.
What you could do too is set up a few and then send it to me if you have questions or you're trying to get something to look a certain way.
Okay.
And then I can point you in the right direction or put the styling in there for you.
Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty clear. So, okay, so when oh no, I guess it looks pretty good. I was trying to see if it looks, since it's so big, if it looked pixelated at all with that, how we were doing it, but it looks pretty good there.
Yeah, this one's okay. I think I did another one and it was really pixelated, but it depends on what the image is that you start with
Yeah.
originally. So just make sure it's a good image to start with.
Okay. All right, that's pretty clear. Okay, I guess I'm gonna just start playing, and then I'm again, like I said, I'm sure I'll have more questions because
Yeah.
right when I did the image the first time, I was having questions, so I'm sure I'll have a little bit, but
Okay.
that seems pretty clear. The only thing, just one more time, the about thing, I'm supposed to just go through and maybe add a little bit more. And once I add more posts, it won't be in the homepage slider, or we have to take that off.
Yeah, it won't be in the homepage slider
Okay.
at all once you have more than 3.
Okay. All right. Just double checking that.
Yeah. And I think I'll find out. We might be able to exclude, like, say, just this specific one.
Okay. Oops.
Is the order that the way that they're showing up in the slider good for you?
Yeah, I think we don't need the about to be showing up, but you said, yeah, once I get the post, then that won't be there, so that will be fine, I think.
Okay.
So I guess I'll also follow up with you. I mean, I'm sure you're super busy with other projects, but I don't know how long it would take and what the cost would be to do like a basic newsletter, which is some of my design in there.
Right, for MailChimp.
Yeah.
And the one that we did for Glitter Guide, like, that works for you? It makes sense on how to edit it? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I will let you know.
Okay, perfect. All right, thanks, Christina.
Okay, awesome.
Playing in there.
Yeah, I bet. It's been a while.
All right, well, I'll follow up with you if I have any questions. And then, yeah, just let me know if, as soon as possible, too, if you can fix the Taylor Sterling thing, or maybe show me an option or two for that. I mean, I know, like on the @Taylor Sterling for the Instagram, just those little text things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That, and then just the switching it to open up in a new window. And I think that was really it.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, yay. All right.
Have a great one.
You too.
Okay, bye.